Legendary show for you today. Hall of Famer, two-time Super Bowl champion, and not one, not two, not three, not four, but five-time MVP, founder of Omaha Productions, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning joining the show. Love that. How about that? And we have two-time finals champ and NBA MVP Kevin Durant flying high with the NBA season. He's in Phoenix. His Commanders are sitting pretty at 3-1. Will Devontae Adams join them? Also, best Thursday night football game of all time. Let's dig into it. Peyton Manning is here this morning. Kevin Durant is here this morning. All my records are here this morning. Matthew Hamilton, we've got a big show. We've got some hunches we'll get into to set up week 5. I spent my morning not looking at highlights from last night. We'll dig into that right now. I spent my morning watching Peyton Manning sitting at the Super Bowl on the same desk with Tom freaking Petty. I've never been more jealous of all of his accolades, all the things that he's accomplished. He walks on and he's like, Tom, you gonna sing Learning to Fly, or are you gonna start with Wreck Me Baby? When I was just like, and I'd never seen it before, and I was losing my mind ahead of Tom Petty's Super Bowl halftime performance. That's what I did.
I don't remember that. That's amazing. I don't remember that either. I was so locked in on that game with the Giants Patriots, but I spent the morning ironing my quarter zip and having that ready to go. So
we'll get to the quarter zips and the Peyton Mannings of the world. Big show, exciting show here on Up and Adams. And last night, no hyperbole. I'm not joking. It was the best Thursday night football game I have ever seen. Kirk Cousins' night was amazing, and he rallied these Falcons to stun the Bucs in overtime on the Kaderl Hodge masterpiece. The win moving Atlanta first place in the South. And boys, win number 3, fourth quarter comeback number 3 for Kirk Cousins this year. Wow. I mean, not only the best Thursday night football game, best Kirk Cousins game ever? Question mark? I think, yeah. The last throw to Hodge not only won the game, it broke Matt Ryan's, who was celebrated, of course, last night, NFL MVP 2016, his franchise record for passing yards in a game. On his Ring of Honor night. Way to go, Cousins. 509 yards, top 15 in NFL history, joining Tom Brady as the only other quarterback to throw over 500-plus yards and 4 touchdowns in a primetime game. This was the stuff of legends, and we got it, and it is a night that no one will forget very soon. It came after 4 weeks of everybody wondering when this Falcon squad was going to be as explosive as we were expecting, as explosive as it was on paper going into training camp, preseason, and into the year, okay? We'd seen Kirko Clutch show up in all of their wins, but we were looking for rhythm and sustained offense. We asked Thomas Dimitroff, longtime GM of the Falcons, about it yesterday. It was there. Here's Kirk. Let's just listen to the quarterback on what felt different to him in this one.
Felt tonight there was a little bit more. Now after 4 games, no, I know where they're going. I know where they're going to be. I'm going to let that rip early, and I think that helped me. And so the anticipation, I think, took another step tonight. And that's what I was used to kind of having when you've played with guys for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And I can feel it starting to come.
Scary answer for other teams in this division and the NFC. The chemistry and confidence building with these playmakers is only going to keep growing, and it's exciting because while we knew there was potential in this group with all of those first-round picks, we didn't know what the ceiling even was because of how rough the quarterback play has been over the past few years. So there were questions of whether or not they could do something like this, if we were expecting too much when they added Kirk. Well, we got the answer last night because this is what the team can look like at its best, and this is now going to be the terrifying sight for opposing defenses all year long. At camp, I'm at practice, he's jamming out to Jimmy Eat World, he's listening to the Killers, all the dad music, all of that. It was went viral. Then he said it wasn't his playlist, whatever. Less than 2 months later, he's swag surfing in primetime. Huh? What? And he said, we have Taylor Rooks to thank for teaching him, apparently, which we love to see. Shout out to Taylor. Excellent job on that interview. And as always, on Prime Thursday night action. Now, this game was amazing. We have Kevin Durant on the show. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have Peyton Manning on the show. On a serious note, we should take a sec here and give a moment to acknowledge the awesome things both quarterbacks, both sides teamed up to do off the field heading into this one, donating $50,000 each to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. If you want to join them, you can either scan the QR code or head over to teamrubiconusa.org. We talked about it a lot. We have a QR code. Somehow, I don't know how it works. Don't ask me, but if you can go here, you can get more information. You can help donate. and do all those things that are super important. Love seeing both sides. And then, of course, Buccaneers ownership, Panthers ownership stepping up with people who are still devastated, and there's going to be so much work to rebuild that needs to get done. If you have questions for me, for our guests today, tweet me at HeyKAdams, at Up and Adams Show. Week 5 slate is wild. Let's take a look here. Thrilling Week 5. We've got London action between the Jets and Vikings. Aaron Rodgers got a keychain of Big Ben on his way onto the bus this morning. Those little details that we'll be bringing you there. Let's see if they can take it to the Vikings. My goodness, are they going to have their first loss of the season across the pond? Commanders looking to go 4-1. They host the Browns. We're going to get into their hot start with Kevin Durant. He's going to make some picks for you guys. And we've got Saints-Chiefs. Ooh, Saints-Chiefs is a brilliant return for Manning cast. We'll get into it with Peyton. But I want to dig into the Bills-Texans just a smidge. Just a little bit. A game between a pair of 3-1 AFC title contenders that have a lot of juice under normal circumstances. Then you got the Diggs layer to all of it. People want to downplay, I'm sure it does too. Everyone wants to downplay the Diggs thing. I've said before, the trade worked out for both teams. I want it to continue to work out for both teams, and so far it has. I also want both sides to be able to move on. But there are people who want to relate things going on in Buffalo to Stephon. Josh Allen can't even say anything nice about his teammates in a press conference without inevitably becoming linked to Stephon and what he wasn't or what happened there. And Diggs, meanwhile, he doesn't get any credit for this, of course, doesn't take any bait. He's taken the high road despite all the shots thrown his way. C.J. Stroud did have a little something to say on his behalf yesterday.
I think he got a bad rap, just by the media and like by people. But man, he's not been nothing but just amazing to this team and to his teammates. He's helped me out a ton, and as you can see, we're clicking more and more every game. So, I'm very happy for him, and I'm glad that he's finally having fun playing the game and doing what he loves to do because he loves football a lot. So, just really, really happy to be a part of his journey, and just being around him has been real awesome.
Results on the field have been real good, too. The yards are down a little bit from years past, but he's on pace for another 100-catch, 1,000-yard season, career high in touchdowns. He's catching 76% of his targets so far, and it's important to note he's putting up all these numbers, even with teammate Nico Collins getting the larger target share, leading the league in receiving by a mile, by the way. So if Stephon and the Texans are able to keep this going offensively and win this game, I think, I want to say I believe in people and people will get off his case, but it probably still won't. Either way, we can hope. It's going to be a huge opportunity for him, a really big one for the Texans to sort of really, truly cement themselves as the contender we know they can be in the AFC. I can't wait for this one. I think it's one of the more exciting matchups on the entire schedule, not just Week 5 this season. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Lots to get to. We've got hunches. We've got K-makers, anytime touchdown scores. We've got Kevin Durant on the show, two-time NBA champion. He looks cool AF. He's wearing a great hat. He's going to talk about Peyton Manning. Watch right after this. Don't go anywhere. You are causing me to make a really rash thing, a bigger deal than it needs to be. Richard, I really wish that you would not. I don't believe so. We can do following block because I have to do this now. Thank you. Can you slate me? Thank you. Back on Up and Adams, big show. Peyton Manning, Kevin Durant coming up, but it's time for DF. Yes, get these guys in your lineup over on FanDuel Sportsbook. If you play DFS, this is my bread and butter. This is my roots, where I come from. Give me Jordan Love, fifth most expensive, $8,200. It's expensive, a little pricey. But Rams defense, pass defense, ranks dead last in efficiency. Our Eric Wheelo, super producer, is going to be at the game at SoFi. Maybe I'll go to the game. Just get it done. Get it done, Jordan Love. How about DeAndre Swift? Breakout performance last week. Now he's got the Panthers defense that's allowed the most fantasy points to running backs this year. It makes sense. I think it keeps it rolling. And at receiver, gimme, dummy, Brian Thomas Jr. Jags rookie. Jags are getting no love. Punching bag, veritable pinata around the league right now. But this dude I like. He's established himself on this team. He's the number one guy on this team, and he's a nice value. 6,300 on FanDuel. Against the Colts' bottom 10 pass defense. What a steal. You know who plays fantasy football? Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant would not show me his team. I think he thinks I was going to make fun of him for it. I think he might have Josh Allen, maybe Lamar Jackson. I'm going to get my hands all over that. But I did yesterday get to sit down with the NBA superstar and mega Commanders fan / influencer / maybe puppet string puller. We'll get into it with the Davante Adams stuff. We talked Jaden Daniels. I got some picks from him for the weekend. And did we even talk about Peyton Manning? Sure we did. Take a look. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, you decided out of all of the things, what could Kevin Durant possibly want? And it was just to be at the Commanders game, watching them win by 28 points?
That was the present. That was definitely the best present I received on my birthday. My boys came through.
What made you go to that game? Was it because of your birthday? And how many cakes does one Kevin Durant need? I saw like 19.
Yeah, I really did have like 10 cakes that whole weekend. Like I got good friends, you know. They take care of me. But it just fell on that day. It was just perfect. That's how I know that it was divine. And, you know, I think that's why we got good energy this season. It fell on my birthday, you know.
Wow, you have a really good energy about you today. I'm very excited about this. You just came out of practice. You just turned 36. How does 36 feel?
It feels like 26. I keep telling you. That's the new, we're in the new 20s. 30s the new 20s, right?
Okay, let's not talk about age. Let's talk about young guys like Jaden, this rookie. Did you talk to him? I was creeping as much as I could, Katie. I was looking, was he on the field? You're too cool to even go on the field, aren't you?
No, I went to practice, though. I went to practice on Friday, and I was able to watch a walkthrough and meet a couple of the guys, holler at Jaden for a second. It was good to be around the team, man. The energy is high.
What'd you talk to Jaden about?
Just nothing serious. Just saying what up. Just nothing too much. But you know, he conducts himself like a true veteran, man. That's one thing I did notice from being around him. He loves football, loves his teammates. So yeah, just gotta keep building from here.
I know what I see when I look at him, and he's got this poise. Even when he made a mistake, he just bounced right back. That's a real veteran sort of tendency. Being around him, you're saying he carries himself like a veteran. What do you mean by that?
Well, he's quiet, but he speaks up when he needs to. He always got a smile on his face, always trying to involve his teammates. You know, just one of the guys. You know, sometimes the best players on teams could try to stand out, but it feels like he's fitting in with the team pretty well.
What are you saying to all of these Cowboys fans now, Kevin, that are trying to come back? These guys who left Washington, went and supported the Cowboys. Like we talked about this, these guys who you weren't going to let back in your heart with Washington.
Yeah, I just don't answer the phone for them. I ignore their texts. I leave them on red, my DMs on Instagram.
Oh.
So yeah, it's season. They're enemies right now.
Let's talk about Davante Adams. Would you care to make your pitch? As the Commanders, that name keeps buzzing around.
I know, right? We playing well, so people want to see us get some great players. You know, that's good to be in those talks. A couple years ago, they wouldn't even have thought twice about throwing Davante and our names together, you know? So, but more than anything, I want Davante to go to a team where he's just going to enjoy playing football. I'm sure he enjoys playing football, but a place where you can enjoy it, you can win, and you got a chance to win for multiple years. So hopefully that's somewhere nice, man. If it's Commanders, then I'll definitely accept that. But I heard it might be the Jets too. I heard a couple other teams as well.
Where do you think he should go?
Man, he'll be great anywhere. I mean, the names I'm hearing are like the Giants, right? Not the Giants, the Jets, us, Commanders, Steelers. But him and A-Rod is just like, A-Rod, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
So Garrett Wilson and Devontae on him outside is just, oh man, that'll be a problem.
A-Rod's your boy, but you love Jaden too. What does Jaden Daniels, I'm sure Jaden hears this, that you love Aaron Rodgers. What does Jaden have to do to knock Rodgers off the top spot?
It's going to take a lot, but I think Jaden loves A-Rod just like I do. Everybody loves A-Rod. He's the greatest. But, it may take 20 years, Jaden, 22 years. It depends how long A-Rod going to play.
Have you texted Magic or anybody about Devontae?
No comment.
That's a yes. What is the pitch? Give me the pitch for older receiver, but a team that's very much looking like they could take the division. What's the pitch for Adams to the Commanders? Stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I know, but still, like, those are the top two teams. If he came to the Commanders, that would be will be set for the next few years for sure. He could play another 6-7 years, right? How old is Devontae?
32, 31, turning 32.
Oh yeah, he got 6 more years of good football in him. So yeah, we'll be trending in the right direction if we get him. But I just want to see my boy in a good situation.
Okay, so what advice would you give him, I guess is what I'll say. Or what's the one thing that maybe us and fans aren't really looking at as someone who's changed teams, as someone who has been the star, the headlines, all the teams clamoring to get you in the NBA? What is the thing that Davante Adams needs to be thinking and looking out for as he's making these decisions and navigating it?
I think Devontae knows exactly what he's doing. He demanded a trade, so that's saying a lot. That's pretty much saying everything. I think he can just sit back and see what the league says after that. He's put in so much work already on film that he don't need to say much. He don't need to think about much. He told his organization what he wanted to do with his career, and now it's on them to facilitate it. And he's a football player. He's going to play ball anywhere, and he's going to come to work like a professional anywhere. So I'm looking forward to see where he plays again. He's injured right now, so hopefully he get back on the field soon, regardless if it's with the Raiders or anybody else. But it's just fun watching football when he's out there.
Okay, what else is fun is what we do with FanDuel. You and I, we're going to try something different this week. We're going to get some picks out of you, but we have an international game. It's your boy, Aaron Rodgers, not Davante Adams, because he won't be playing even if he gets traded there. Garrett Wilson, all those guys, they're going to London to take on this red-hot Vikings team with Sam Darnold. We're going to put together a parlay. I'm going to just ask you something, and then we're going to figure it out. Let's go passing touchdowns for your boy, Aaron Rodgers. How many?
2+.
2+. Okay. And he didn't have one against Denver, but it was sloppy in the rain, bad false starts, all of that. But he did have 2 in each of his previous 2 games before that. I'm going to go Aaron Jones, 60+ rushing yards. He had over 90, 3 of his 4 games this year. So I'm feeling good about him hitting 60, even against a tough Jets defense. Back to you. How many receiving yards for Justin Jefferson?
I'm going 80+.
That's awesome. I'm going to go Breece Hall. Very bet on player over on FanDuel Sportsbook, 60+ combined rushing and receiving yards. I feel like he hasn't met his potential. People are waiting for him to get unleashed, and he has done that in 3 or 4 this year, and I like how they're using him in the passing game. So there it is, 2+ touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers, 80+ receiving yards for Justin Jefferson. I'm going Breece Hall, 60+ combined, and Aaron Jones, 60+ rushing. Everybody, you can use your profit boost token on this. We have one for the London game. So all customers get 30% profit boost token over on FanDuel on this or any same game parlay for Jets Vikings that has at least 3 legs or has +100 odds or longer. And so go to FanDuel Sportsbook. It's the first ever K Adams parlay, and you can use your boost on that, which is awesome. Tell me this. 4 weeks in, what are you most impressed by in the NFL right now?
All right, so Sam Darnold. I would say Sam Darnold is a player that surprised me this year.
Yeah. You think he can show it up, but people don't believe in him.
First of all, he has the talent. He was top 5 pick. Quarterbacks might take a little bit longer for some quarterbacks to find their rhythm and understand the game. And I feel like he got it clicking right now. He's just playing solid football. I want to see how he continues.
Yeah, he's super, super confident. They got the Jets, though, and your boy Sauce, who doesn't lack confidence. I saw you 2 on Boardroom.
Yeah.
He said he could score on you. You just let him say it. What is that?
Yeah, if he can score on me, I can score on him on a football field. I'm sure I can. Sauce is too small for me, man. I don't think he's big enough either. Like he don't got enough girth on him for him to guard me out there one-on-one like that.
Yeah, why does every NFL player think they can score on Kevin Durant? I don't get it.
That's crazy. I seen Deshaun Jackson talking crazy about NBA players saying he can score on Jeff Teague the other day. I'm really getting pissed off about this talk now.
How are we going to fix this? How do we shut them up?
I don't know. We might have to pull up to a practice facility and play ones, me and a DB, and then vice versa. You know, come to our gym and play one-on-one. We might have to settle that.
Did you talk to Jaden on your birthday? Did you talk to him about his hooping skills?
No, I'm gonna talk to him next time about it though, because I heard he talk a lot of trash about his game. I want to see it.
Yeah, let's run through some of these other games. You want to get Kevin Durant's picks over on FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's go with Josh Allen. Josh Allen taking his Bills to Houston to take on the Texans. Stephon Diggs, I like this because I believe in revenge games. I don't know if you do. You can tell me. The line is 51.5 receiving yards. Do you think Stephon Diggs goes over or under?
He goes over. Like
Okay.
you said, revenge game. He got it. He's locked in right now. Today, he's ready for this game. So,
Okay, I mean, you dropped 39 in a win over the Thunder in your first game against them.
you know, I'm glad. I like how you did your homework right there.
You shot 64% from three.
Yeah.
I know so little about NBA that I have to prepare like I'm studying for a final. I swear to God. Like I'm in college, I'm like, KD went where and did he ever trade? And did he I'm learning so much about you. It's so fun.
By the end of the year, you're gonna be downloaded with everything.
Yeah. I want to go to a game so badly. I gotta get down.
You will. I got you.
Gotta get down there. Okay, the Bills are favored by 1.5 points. Houston gets the win at home or no?
Yeah, I got Houston.
Houston, okay. Bills currently third among favorites in the AFC at plus 450, by the way. Texans fourth at plus 600. Okay, let's go to the AFC North. Derrick Henry has scored multiple touchdowns in back-to-back games. The odds for him to score 2 in this one, Kevin, are plus 350. Does he keep the streak going on Sunday?
I don't see him scoring 2 touchdowns.
No?
No, he doesn't keep the streak going.
Back-to-back games?
I don't see it happening. I got the Bengals too.
What?
I got the Bengals.
Why?
It's a division game. It's just I got the Bengals. Oh, it's for some reason I got the Bengals.
Can we dap each other up through the thing? Like that's my team, Yay.
I don't even know where the screen. Oh, here it is.
Cowboys. They've not been relegated as far as I know, despite your best efforts. Are they playing they're playing in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. The line for Prescott's passing yards is 241.5. Does your MVP pick, Kevin Durant, go over or under against the Steelers D?
I got under 241 for Dak.
Okay. He's averaging 268.
But I got the Cowboys winning.
Okay. Okay, the Steelers are favored by 1.5 points at home, which is crazy. You're saying that the Cowboys get the win. Do we have any other games we want to go through?
Browns Commanders. You didn't even ask me about my Commanders.
Because you told me you pick the Commanders every time. So what's the point?
That true.
Tell me, Commanders by what?
3.
Commanders by 3. I like that. Raiders at Broncos.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos at home in that one. Love that.
Raiders too dysfunctional right now, man.
Yeah, it sounds like you know a lot about what's going on with the Raiders, huh?
Yeah, man. Devontae, my boy, man. Max, my boy. I hear about what's going on over there.
Let's do Giants at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Why?
They're just a better football team.
They're just a better football team. Packers.
No Malik neighbors.
Packers at Rams.
Give me man, that's Pack, a young team. Give me Pack though. Give me the Pack.
Okay, you'll see if the Pack can go 3-2. Last one, the Monday night game, Saints at Chiefs. Chiefs 4-0 somehow. That's a tough game.
Yeah, give me the Saints. The Chiefs have been they've been tiptoeing that line the last couple of weeks. I think they take an L this week. You're
so confident. How did you just go with the first thing that comes into your head? How do you do this?
Just a spiritual thing, just connecting the universe and me.
So Devontae Adams ends up a Jet. That's your prediction. If there was a wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, what would you pick?
If I had to choose right now, I'd say he's a Jet.
All right, love that. I'm going to see what his son's game sometime. I don't even know when your season starts. I got to get back.
It's on the internet. It's on Google right now, the whole schedule.
Oh, but I will go look at this.
So go check the schedule and let me know.
AD, you're the absolute best. Everybody get to FanDuel Sportsbook. Play our parlay.
Please.
Hey, I have Peyton Manning coming on the show. Want to say anything to him?
Just tell him I said what's up, man.
Are you too friendly?
That's it. Yeah, I seen him this summer. Actually, he came to Paris to watch us play. So I got him and his kids. So we talked at practice one day.
I remember him hosting the ESPYs. He gave you a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I was part of I was part of it. I was in on that.
You're
Peyton, I said what up.
I will.
This week.
All right. Thank you so much, Katie.
All right.
You're the best. See you.
He's kind of a good actor. Like that ESPYs thing I thought was real beef. Okay, let's take one more look at the same game parlay for Jets Vikings in London on Sunday. KD said 2+ touchdowns. And he says it with he's so certain. He's so certain, so I believe him. 2 touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers, 2+, 80+ receiving yards for Justin Jefferson. I say Breece Hall, 60+ combined rushing receiving yards. He seemed to co-sign that. And Aaron Jones, easy peasy, 60+ rushing. And yes, we do have a special Up and Adams Profit Boost token for this London game and this London game alone. Hamilton and I negotiated with FanDuel. We got it up to 30%, so all customers get 30% PBT to use on a same game parlay placed on this game and this game alone that is 3+ legs and has +100 odds or longer. Get over to FanDuel, boost the SGP, KD, and KA just built, or you can build your own. Up next, we've got Peyton Manning joining the show. We've got some hunches for week 5. Maybe we'll talk a little Broncos. Why not? Let's do it. All right, let's see it. Broncos sent a little something. Let's take a look-see. Is it heavy?
There's instructions on it.
You think? So should we wait to do it in the show?
About 2.5 minutes.
Or do it before hunches? Or after? You think after? Why am I like a leash? It's like so crazy today. I've never used a combination lock. Is there not a key? I see a keyhole. Don't you feel like? Hamilton, did you have a locker like this? With this kind of a thing? I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not.
What did you
I've
have?
never had a combo lock in my life. Oh.
So what did you use for like lockers in school and stuff?
Like a key one.
Oh,
Do you want to know
interesting.
can I tell you the actual truth? Yeah, that's a lot. It's an actual.
You never used a locker or
No,
went to school?
That's half true. When I did use a locker, I never locked it because I knew that I'd lose the key or leave the key, and so I never put anything in there, like books, like whatever. I never put anything in there that was like worth taking because I just wouldn't wouldn't lock it.
That is not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. Oh no, this is no.
Oh boy. I can't.
This is aggressive.
Is there a combo in the note?
32, 4, 26. God, I don't want to do this. It's what?
Is it?
3 turns to what way? Like this way?
What is it? 32, 4, 26?
32. And then what do you do? Press it?
Now go the other direction, full lap around.
This is so stupid.
And then find the second number.
32, 4. Can I go back?
And then the other direction on the third try.
Who invented these? And then I have to go all the way around to 20.
Just the only time you go all the way around is in between the 1 and the
This is not good television. Huh? I can't. I don't think I should have to open it. How about you open it? Can you just open it? I don't think that's the energy for me.
I'm trying to figure out what those numbers mean.
5280.
There's gotta be some meaning. The mile high.
Wait, this is really badass though.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kat. Okay. All right, who's scoring touchdowns? Let's get it. K-makers, bat, bat, bat. Anytime touchdown scores for week 5. And manifesting Josh Jacobs. Okay, 7th in the league in rushing. Still hasn't scored on the year. Isn't that kind of too weird to continue? He gets his first as a Packer this weekend. Next, Going back to the well with James Cook. James Cook has the Texans. I think this one is high scoring, fireworks, oohs, ahs, touchdowns. And that would be, by the way, his 5th of the year. Plus 100 odds. I like it. And one of my faves always gets 1,000 yards. He's the best. How about DJ Moore? We haven't talked about DJ Moore much. Old squad, a little revenge situation. Got the Panthers. Bajent at quarterback last year. Remember all that? Okay, I think he makes up for all of this stuff with Caleb on Sunday. So I'd say plus 180 for DJ Moore. James Cook gets in there, and so does Josh Jacobs. And now it's hunch time, guys. Okay, it's a Friday. Hammer, as always. Oh, this is terrifying music. Hammer goes through 500 plus props, like a sick pup, truly, sifts through them and tries to find ones. And I'm actually not that bad at this. Go on.
You've been doing really well at this. This has been good this year. So let's start with the Ravens-Bengals game. Ravens defense looked awesome last week. But Jamar Chase is heating up too. His line is 71.5 receiving yards for this game. What's your hunches? You go over or under?
You know I'm going to take the over. Bang the over. It's got to happen. And he against the Ravens is not that scary. Like he usually he's close to 100. Baltimore, 29th in pass defense this season. They look better, but I feel like they can be got a little bit as far as yards are concerned. And he and Joe are going to be this. They're going to be laser focused. Bengals got to win this one, so I think we'll have a big day. Over.
I like it. They've definitely been on fire lately. I like it. Next up, going back to that Texans-Bills game, talked about Stephon Diggs, talked about him with Katie, but Nico Collins leading the league in receiving. His line is just 83.5 in this game. So what's your hunch, over or under?
Is this what's a good symbol for over? Over. Hit the up button, go. Hammer the over here. Bills defense, they've been good, 6th against the pass, that's no joke, but Nico is en fuego, people. He has hit that number in every game so far this year. Mia, after meeting him, sitting with him at training camp in Cleveland, so random, and just seeing how impressive he is, just physically, there's no world where I'd ever bang the under on that. Never.
And the Bills defense dealing with some bumps and bruises too. News actually a couple minutes ago, Ed Oliver is going to miss that game. Ooh. So there are going to be some opportunities for some big plays for that Texans offense.
Great game. Great game.
Last one. We got to run it back. You've been killing this one. You've hit it 2 of the last 3 weeks. First touchdown scorer for Sunday Night Football, Cowboys-Steelers. What's your hunch? Who we got?
This makes me nervous. Oh, man. Do you dare me to go Rico Dowdle? Plus 1,100. I'm going to, okay, there's a lot of good options here. Okay, Cowboys defense is banged up. No DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm gonna go Justin Fields here, okay? Micah Parsons is dealing with a bit of a ankle schminkle, something going on. That might be a bit of a problem, a vulnerability, if you will. And Justin, he can do it anyway, right? He scored 3 rushing touchdowns the last 2 games. So I think he kicks it off scoring in this one. I think that was a good rationale.
I like that
one. What are his odds? Can I see that screen again? What are his odds?
His odds are plus 800.
That's good.
Right now.
Who would you pick? Yeah. Do you want to add one here? Who do you got?
I also think the Steelers' offensive season. I like Najee. I think we saw the Cowboys' run defense play better last week against the Giants. With all those injuries, if Micah can't go with that high ankle sprain, I think the Steelers are going to move the ball a little bit.
All right, love that. There you guys have it. Some hunches for this week. What did you make of KD's takes? I like his process. He's on the fly. I was like, do you want to do a parlay with me? And I go, what are you thinking here? Here's what I'm thinking. And he's like, I don't know. Just ask me. And I'm like, okay.
I love how you went aggressive for that. Aaron Rodgers, 2+ touchdowns, Jefferson, 80+ yards. He could have played it a little safe with that parlay, but no, he's swinging for the fences. He's all in on Aaron.
What do you think he texts Magic Johnson? Is he just go get my boy? And why is Kevin Durant friends with everyone?
I mean, how can you not like him? Why wouldn't you want to be friends with KD?
I'm not saying that you wouldn't be wanting to be friends, but I think he's probably a pretty choosy guy, right? He was at the Commanders game, and we saw stuff in the suite, and there were a million cakes, and it was all fun, and Magic Johnson and all this, but
10 cakes.
He doesn't make a show of it. He doesn't go out on the field and say dapping up Jaden, and I also think he sort of stays away from Jaden. I think it's very interesting because he easily could be young quarterback on my favorite team, they could be BFFs, but he doesn't want to almost infiltrated or like present too much to the rookie. Like the fact that he didn't go to practice that day and then go right up to Jaden and say, oh, you think you can hoop? Like they didn't even talk about basketball when they were around each other at practice. It's weird to me.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think that's what makes people gravitate towards him, right? Is he's not like thirsty or like wanting to be in the middle of everything. He enjoys his commanders. He wants to, but he doesn't want to interfere. He doesn't want to make himself the story there, which I think is really cool. I think you're just delaying right now, though, from opening that locker because
I don't
really
think Kat
want to see
knows that we're doing
today.
it on television. I don't think anybody communicated it to her. So Kat's sitting in her normal seat. Kat, can I have the locker? Kat's going to bring it up. Explain to me, I saw the awesome hype video for the Broncos yesterday. Peyton Manning's former team will be joined by the legend in a little bit. Tell me why this is so important, Hammy.
I mean, these are some of the coolest throwback uniforms that we have. They're throwing it back to the 1977 Orange Crush Broncos. They went to 4 Super Bowls wearing these. Didn't win any of those. They won when they switched up the uniform. But they haven't worn these since a one-off in 2001. They haven't worn them full-time since 96. So this is a long time coming. This is something the Broncos fans have wanted for a really long time.
Okay, hold on. This thing is literally speaking. Do you hear that? What?
Yeah.
So Kat opened it for me because I've never opened a... Do you hear this?
Yeah.
What is inside? So they're wearing them this weekend.
Yep. Against the Raiders.
Against the Raiders, Kevin did not pick the Raiders. He picked the Broncos in this one. It's kind of a smart situation if you want to go have some fun on FanDuel Sportsbook. This is insane. Look at how cool this is. Thank you, Broncos. This is like legit.
Wow.
I'm going to have to send this to you, Hammy. You're going to want this. I know it. I can't.
That's
I'm
incredible.
I'm going to end up unplugging myself. Oh, it's like wired in. We did not do much thinking. We did not do a good job of this. But, oh, shoot.
Whoa.
Fonse. Okay. Oh, my gosh, there's a jersey. Oh, they sent me the Sertan one. Everyone knows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shut down corner. Every NFL generation needs one, and he's the one for them. And he's right here. We talked to Sertan about being a Bronco for life when we were there, and then, of course, they got the deal done. He's there. These are amazing. Oh, you're going to want to bet me something for this, aren't you, Hammy?
Oh, 100%. I'm so jealous right now.
I love these.
You got the helmet, got the jersey.
I'll be wearing these to Pilates later, baby. Thank you so much to the Broncos for all of this. That game, you think they'll win?
I do. I think, they're finding themselves right now. They've won 2 straight. It's crazy. After the start they got off, if they win this one, they're going to be on the right side of the playoff picture.
All right, there's a lot of information
Make it 3
here.
straight.
We're going to take a break because we got nothing else to talk about. We will be back, hopefully, with Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champion, played for this team, won a Super Bowl with that, Peyton Manning. We'll talk Manning cast next. Wow, this is insane.
Game winner! Manning for the end zone. Touchdown!
And Manning, he's got it! Manning's got the wicker!
He understands now his place in history and taking that top shelf.
Here, you can take these pins, too. There you go. It's quite heavy, huh? The 5280 just made sense to me right now, Hamilton. I was like, where do I know that number from? What math class? What?
I was trying to figure out what the combination numbers meant. There's some meaning behind that, too.
Do you think there is?
There's got to be.
Well, I don't know. Do we have Mr. Manning? Okay. And so what would be our plan then? Or maybe just can we get the clip of KD and on Manning and talk about it? Oh, shit.
Wonder if Peyton's jealous he never got to wear those throwbacks.
Probably. He loves that color. As do I. God, the Bengals better freaking win. I agree. I don't know if we need the SOT even. Can't we just do the B-roll? So what's happening out of break?
You just go right into your intro, right? Or
We don't have
if
it.
he's ready. Oh, okay. So
Should we do the
Perfect.
I would have loved to have done the Kevin on Peyton SOT from the end. Do we have that or no? The Morgan Wallen?
okay.
Okay. Okay. And we have a graphic. And so I'm laying out for sound. Okay, that sounds great. Ba, 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 ba. Jets, it's a great game. It's a great freaking game. All right, week 5 has kicked off. Wow, what a game. Best Thursday night football game ever, I think. Kirk Cousins, Kirko Clutcho, whatever you want to call him, did great. How about this? Kevin Durant came on my show today, and he decided to do a parlay with me, our very first one. What do you guys think? Tweet us at Up and Adam Show. Aaron Jones, 60-plus rushing yards. Justin Jefferson, 80-plus receiving. And then he went back and said Aaron Rodgers, he was very adamant, very aggressive, 2+ passing touchdowns for his favorite quarterback. He says that even though Jaden's crushing it, favorite quarterback of KD is AR. And then I said Breece Hall, who's very much bet on 60-plus rushing and receiving. There you go. My next guest, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time NFL League MVP, 10 All-Pros is crazy, 14-time Pro Bowler. I could go on. Founder of media juggernaut that is Omaha Productions. Peyton Manning, great to see you.
Hey, Kay, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. It returns Monday night on ESPN2 and ESPN+. We are so excited about having you on our show. Finally, I've asked for you like every week for the past 2 years. But we want to start with Neyland Stadium, the Morgan Wallen thing. You brought back the old number 16. Whose idea? How did this come together?
Okay, you know me, I studied some film of the other people that had walked out. My brother Eli looked very stiff, very awkward. Tom Brady kind of looked awkward. Kelsey and Mahomes looked pretty cool in Kansas City. So I'm like, I can't look cool like them. I don't want to look awkward like Eli. What can I do differently? So I went full uniform. You just got to go for it in that situation, Kay. It was kind of a last-minute call. I did the fitting a couple hours before the actual show.
Wow.
Put the uniform on, put the pads on. Notice the long sleeves on the jersey. You know, those don't exist anymore in college football. You know, they're pretty much sleeveless jerseys. So I had to pre-order the jersey that came down to cover my biceps. Once I saw the biceps were covered, I said, I'm good to go. Morgan approved of it, and the rest is history.
Please tell me that 10 songs into Morgan's set, you're still wearing that full getup.
Actually, not true. I wore
I
it.
figured.
I did the pregame. As soon as it was over, high-five Morgan, went and put my boots and cowboy hat on and watched the rest of the show.
I love that. It was very cool. But I got to say, you really had a chance in a big spot to rock the quarter zip for quarter zip culture. You, me, Eli. Like, I was a little let down. I was rooting for you, man.
Obviously, Kay, you made the quarter zip even cooler last year by wearing it. We appreciate you getting into character, coming on our show. You were one of our best guests. I don't think the quarter zip is the proper fit at a Morgan Wallen concert. I think I would have been better off wearing a Tennessee uniform than wearing a quarter zip.
Please tell me that there's a Manning quarter zip, like fall 2025 fashion something happening. Come on.
Absolutely. Eli's designing it as we speak. He knows all the cool people in New York, so that's Eli's job as part of the broadcast.
I had such a blast on Manningcast last season. It was truly a career highlight. So fun, so well produced. It's amazing, and it's back this week. Saints Chiefs, what a game. ESPN2, ESPN Plus. 4 seasons into this thing, and you're just now inviting your dad Archie to the show. What gives?
Well, obviously having the Saints is a big part of it, and he's excited about it. It was funny. We were kind of doing the pre-interview with him to kind of what things he wanted to talk about. And he was telling all these Chiefs stories, and we're like, "No, Dad, we kind of want you to talk about sort of your time playing with the Saints." And he's like, "Were you watching my career?" Like, no, there's nothing really that great to talk about of me playing for the Saints, but I have great Hank Stram and Lynn Dawson stories. So hopefully we'll find the happy medium, but we're glad to have him on. Look, the number one criteria to be a guest on the show is you have to love football, okay? And that's clear with you. That's why you were so great last year. Snoop Dogg loves football. So obviously having my dad on in the fourth quarter of the Saints-Chiefs game this Monday, Eli and I are real excited about it.
I can't wait. I heard as kids, you, Cooper, and Eli once put paper bags over your heads in the stands through a tough stretch for Archie and his Saints. Are the paper bags on standby for this one?
Well, I think those days are over, hopefully, for the Saints. Me and Cooper are supposedly guilty of that. According to my mom, Eli wasn't quite born yet, I don't think. So I think that's pretty much just me and Coop.
You have so many amazing things going on at Omaha. It is almost too much to talk about. Starting 5, receiver, quarterback series on Netflix, full court press on ESPN Plus, places with Eli. Is there something that's coming up that you're very excited about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, all the different shows that we do, I enjoy the most, Kay, of the ones that I don't necessarily have to be in, right? I've never really been a part of something like that, right? So like you mentioned, the receiver show, the quarterback show, starting 5. I love being sort of the offensive coordinator on the sidelines of those shows, maybe helping recruit the quarterbacks or the receivers to do it, but I don't physically have to be in it. One we're excited about, Chad Powers, Eli did, obviously, the Penn State skit. That's turned into a scripted series. Glenn Powell is starring
so crazy.
in it. Thank goodness Eli is not the star of it. Glenn Powell, much better choice. I think Eli might have a cameo in it. Look for that. But it's crazy to think that fun little skit idea has turned into a TV show. So it's been fun to be a part of, but it's been more fun to give other people platforms to tell their stories, and I can kind of be a coach on the sidelines.
It's truly incredible. So inspiring. Let's talk. You don't want to talk about yourself. Let's talk about somebody else then. Let's talk about your nephew, Arch, okay? 26 of 31, 325 yards and a touchdown in that Texas win over Mississippi State. But I want to talk about the dance. Listen, I've seen Eli dance. This is incredible dance moves. Have you been holding back on us? Is this in the genes? Because, Peyton, we don't see much of you dancing.
Yeah, no, it's not in my genes. It's nowhere in my system by any means. But Cooper, Arch's dad, was a great athlete, was a good dancer, was a cool brother growing up. So I think Arch got a lot of that from his dad. Real proud of him. Went down and saw him play a couple weeks ago in his first start. I was glad to be there and, pull hard for him every single Saturday. Cooper's done a great job just kind of mentoring him, and it's been fun to watch.
When he had that long touchdown run a few weeks ago, you were sort of a low-hanging fruit joke. Everyone said, where did that come from? That's not in the Manning DNA. And I said, let's find Peyton's longest run. And we did. This 33-yard scamper, my friend, against Buffalo back in 2001. This was a 33-yard run, my friend.
Yeah, Kay, it's called a tendency breaker. I think that was a 3rd and 1. Everybody thinks the ball's going to Edgerrin James, so you fake the run, and you run down the sideline untouched. So I think it's because I was not fast and I was slow. The defense said there's no way he's going to keep the ball. And you do it about once every 5 years, and it catches the defense off guard.
How the hell do you remember details about that 23 years later? How?
I mean, the runs that I made, there's only about 4 of them, so you definitely remember the details of those.
You hit the oxygen tank after that guy?
For sure, absolutely. Yeah. In Buffalo, I was done.
It's very fun to watch Arch and to watch the whole storyline sort of unfold. Who's his favorite uncle?
Oh, I don't know. You have to ask him that. Look, I think people think that, Eli and my nephew and I have, weekly Zooms to break down coverages, right? Completely.
I would guess yes.
Yeah, completely untrue. We're his uncles. We've tried to be there as a resource to him. Look, he's getting great coaching from Steve Sarkisian and that staff, and that's why he went there to get coached by them. So I think just like any, college quarterback that has, support, from their family, their uncles, that's what we do. And like I said, we pull hard for him and try to be there when he has a conversation. I think he regrets sometimes reaching out to me. I think this past spring, he texted me with a question about a 2-minute drill, and 3 8-minute voice memos later that I left him with all the details of a 2-minute drill. I think he was like, you know what, I probably could get this information somewhere else. And so I don't bother him by any means. I wish him luck before the game.
Yeah.
I congratulate him after they play, and just try to support him.
The question was, who's his favorite uncle? You don't want to answer that, but he's wearing your number. He's wearing your number 16 with those long horns. So I don't know. I think it might be you.
I don't know. I don't know if Eli has gone the voice memo route, so I think I'm probably annoying my nephew, so it's probably Eli right now.
I got to get a voice memo from you. It was just insane. Okay, let's talk about last night a little bit. This Kirk Cousins, to me, I would try not to be hyperbolic or exaggerate, but it was the best Thursday night football game I think I've ever seen. What did you make of Kirk Cousins?
It was awesome. Really happy for Kirk. Look, going to a new team. He's done it several times. New system. He's done that a bunch. So he kind of knows the drill, but everybody was looking to analyze him coming off that injury. Pittsburgh was kind of I think it was kind of just a get the feel game. He didn't play at all in the preseason. He wanted to play. That was the Falcons' choice. Look, probably the smart move. You want to keep him healthy. So you knew it wouldn't happen right away. But I saw where he said last night he just feels more comfortable. His decisions are quicker, and that's the key for a quarterback. When you know where you're going, you're not having to hold the ball. You can get it out of your hand. You see that with Kirk, and it was on full display last night. He was awesome, and like you said, what a ball game.
Peyton, it's crazy that he had 500 yards because we were on this show just talking about you. We were comparing you to what Shohei Ohtani is doing, and we literally showed the highlight from Week 17, 2013 against the Raiders. You needed 266 to break Breeze's single-season passing record. You hit that, 4 touchdown passes at halftime, and then they pulled you. You could have had the 500-yard game, broken the single-game touchdown record, and taken a run at, Norm Van Brocklin's 554 yards. How annoyed were you that you left this game?
You know what? I felt like the division was kind of, all set. Our playoff seeding was set. Look, it was an honor to, kind of be a part of that record-breaking season. All the receivers, and felt like they were a part of it. The offensive line. So, the 500-yard game wasn't really on my radar at that point. I feel like all my records are going to get broken, Kay, especially with the 17-game season. I think Mahomes is just kind of picking the year. He wants to break it. He's like, I'm going to break Manning's record this year. I want to get that interception record that I set as a rookie off my resume.
Yes, I heard.
You think with 17 games that would happen. So as long as both of them happen, I'm good with it.
I want to ask you about Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see Mahomes taking on the Saints on Manning Cast on Monday night. But there's a little panic. 2-2 start. I thought you could help me remind people. Your first year as a Bronco, you start 2-3. Week 6, you were down 24-zip at the half to the Chargers. You rip off 35 unanswered to win, and then you win 11 straight games after that. You were the perfect person to ask, should there be panic, and how can the Jets turn it around, cadences and all?
No, look, there should not be panic. Obviously, you always want to have a sense of urgency when you're playing, and, last year just – it was kind of a wash, obviously, because Aaron got injured. So this is really the first year. And, look, you want to have immediate success. And we felt pretty good about our chemistry and kind of the offense we put in my first year in 2012. We win the first game, and, hey, this is going to be great. All of a sudden, like you said, you lose a couple in a row, had a kind of a rough night down in Atlanta. And then, San Diego, we had them right where we wanted them, right down, by 3 touchdowns at halftime. So you just never know. As an old saying, you just keep sawing wood, you keep grinding. Hopefully you're looking for little things that, kind of show that we are making some improvements in the games, whether they result in a win or a loss. But, look, I feel with Aaron there at quarterback, the Jets are going to be just fine. It'd be nice to, kind of play good team, complementary football But as long as number 8's there, I think they're in good shape.
And the cadences thing, when you heard that?
Yeah, look, Aaron's the master of the cadence, and certainly when you lose, anything that is said, people are going to analyze, oh, that's the reason that they're not winning. So, look, I can't really relate to playing in New York. Eli can, but I know there's a lot more people at those press conferences than there were all those years I played in Indianapolis. So that's part of playing for the Jets or the Giants, and Aaron's the master of the cadence. I don't think that is an issue for the Jets.
And you were the master of Manningcast. We had Kevin Durant on. He said hello, by the way, and that you visited him in Paris and that you guys are like buddies. I love that.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, yeah. Kevin and I went to practice. I kind of gave him some tips on his shooting. I didn't think it was smooth enough. And so, yeah, he's a great guy. Obviously, he's a Longhorn, so he's a big fan of my nephew. It was fun to see him in Paris.
And it'll be fun to see you and Eli back. Monday Night Football, the Manningcast, airing Monday at 8 p.m. on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus. It is Saints versus the Chiefs. And kill it at the CMAs, by the way, November 20th. Can't wait to see you with Luke Bryan and Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I love country music. Honored to have Lainey being a part of it. It's one of my most enjoyable nights of the year. So it should be fun.
You're the best. Peyton Manning, you're a legend. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kay. Thanks for having me.
Bye.